Basher's not loud enough. Hold on. I'm gonna crank up the volume. I was recording vocals, so I have to put it much louder because I'm so loud. Anyway, Bashers, hey, it is 6:05 on Thursday, March 5th. Hey, Bashers, how are you all doing today? Great to have you live on the show. It is the Thursday before the big Friday with the big guy and I. That should be a fun show tomorrow because a lot of fun stuff has happened this week in these United States. Ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, the witch is dead. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead. Am I getting in trouble for that? Probably. Anyway, Christy Nome was fired, and she's a witch, and she looks like I don't know. She looks like a Disney witch. So grateful. We've had the pleasure. I'm sure maybe the world was watching. I don't know if they would be watching, but watching the Judicial Committee. Wow, what is wrong with people? She got eviscerated by both sides of the aisle, which is just great. Her private plane and her lover. Pictures of him taking out the garbage at her house. Meanwhile, her cuck is sitting right next to her. And ding dong, the witch is dead. I mean, not dead, but she's fired. You're fired. I'm surprised he doesn't say that. Don't you think the people who love him would go wild if he did? You're fired. I think they would absolutely love that. It's such an advantage that he hasn't taken advantage of. I'm sure that'll be a big thing. And then the guy that they hired is probably worse. You know, because Christ is the champion of his life. Sure it is. Sure. Oh boy, look who's at the top of the king of the hill. Top of the sorry. Final power. Dave Fahrenheit 451. He upvoted. He's number one. Please upvote if you can. I'm wearing my Weekender, my Timex Weekender, my Woodstock and a balloon with that great strap, man. Such a great strap. It's just got the best texture. It feels great on the wrist. If you're looking for you feel like you're not wearing any watches at all when you wear one of these Weekenders. I love them so much, and these were courtesy of Melly C and Andy M because they're so kind, and Carolyn Martin has one too, and I'm sure many of you guys collect Timex. Lots of people. I happen to know a guy who's got, I think, ridiculous sources of wealth. And does he have an Omega Snoopy? No, he doesn't. But he's got all the Timex Snoopies. He's just not. He loves Snoopy, and he likes watches. And I even said to him, I said, "Hey, man, He's like, you know how much that watch costs?" I was like, yeah, I do know how much that watch costs. I certainly do know. If I don't know, you're fired. You're fired right now. So what else happened this week? Morgan Stanley put out its annual report. It's annual for the last decade or 15 years. I think they've been doing it. And Omega is at number 5. Swatch. Well, Omega is at number 5. Swatch is all over the place. But wow. I mean, what does it mean? Does it mean that Omega has lost its way? I don't think that's what it means. I don't even know. It's like top 10 guitar players and Keith Richards is there. I love Keith Richards. Everybody loves Keith Richards. Is he a great guitar player? No. Is he great at being Keith Richards? Yeah, he's a great rock and roller. I like to put Kurt Cobain on like the top 10 guitar players. These are people that, know enough about the instrument that's in their hands to get the job done. But are they great at it? Maybe. But maybe. I don't know. But like I saw that, Rolex is, of course, at the top with considerable earnings loss, like it matters because it's a charity. Tudor came up. Who else was in there? They reported Longines having a loss, and that's not true according to Omega. And then they wrote an open letter. I should find that open letter. Wouldn't that be cool for the show, right? Talk about watches a little bit. Omega open letter. Okay. Yeah. So the Swatch Group publishes an open letter to Morgan Stanley management saying Longines is profitable and Tissot sales have grown. And where's the letter? They have the letter here? Can I see the letter? Hodinky, how come you don't have the letter on here? Man, that Hamilton is hot. So I'll show you what I'm looking at, because why not? Dave Fahrenheit 451 and Panel Power right behind him. Holy macaroni. The race is on. The heat is on. The heat is on. Oh, I can't do that because the state of Glen Fry will come after me big time. Okay, look at that Hamilton. Oy. Oh. Oh. That is gorgeous. That is everything you could want in a watch, man. Look at that beautiful dial and the red tip on the seconds hands, the khaki automatic. That's a beautiful watch. That strap is to die for. It's to die for. It's the special Call of Duty special edition. Do they have the letter here? Let me go find it. Hold on a second. I will find it. Revolution watch. Does he have it on there? Okay. The letter. Okay, they're talking about the letter. You can read the Swatch Group's letter here, which I'm going to do right now. Okay, here. I got to switch pages, so hold on. Yeah, why not? Right? Let's see what they have to say. I'll read it. Why not? Open letter to Morgan Stanley Investment Management about its research, ninth annual. See, I said a decade or 15 years. Dated the 18th of February, 2026. Morgan Stanley states in its latest Morgan Stanley Investment Management Public Side Code of Ethics and Professional Trading Guidelines submitted to the SEC files that it is a duty to deal fairly and act in the best interests of its clients at all times. Furthermore, MSIM, as we'll say from now on, states that on their homepage, research through timely, in-depth analysis of companies, industries, markets, and world economies. Morgan Stanley has earned its reputation as a leader in the field of investment research. However, releasing research reports with lack of research quality, lack of verified statements and numbers, even completely wrong estimations and or wrong statements, even when the information is already in the public field, then such a research work is clearly not in the best interest of its clients. Such work is harming the reputation of Morgan Stanley, blah, 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 itself, and also hurts, of course, all of its clients by wrong information and also by the analyzed companies of misstatements in the research paper. Regarding the Swatch Group and its brands, please find hereafter the detailed comments about each work. Okay, so this is what they said. Lack of executive summary. Lack of reliable databases. The figures and statements in the research are based on I mean, this is boring, right? What are they basically saying? That the methodology appears designed to hide the poor data situation. This includes an abundance of unsubstantiated data, apparent inaccuracies, such as the use of point values instead of ranges to create a false sense of precision, and plausibility checks that sometimes produce absurd results, incorrect findings. As far as our brands are concerned, the figures in the research are highly inaccurate. Actual turnover figures deviate on average by 24% from those presented in the research. 24%, that's a lot, with a range of minus 53 to plus 46. So basically, they're saying it's a load of shit, and all the Swatch groups, like here, given the above average deviations for Swatch Group brands, Omega, for example, could rank anywhere from second to sixth instead of listed as fifth. So they're butthurt about it. And you know me, I'm the biggest Omega fan that there is. My favorite brand. The research includes statements about sales development, blah, 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 lack of solid relation. So they're mad. All right, I don't need to go on because that's boring. Sorry to bore you all. Where's the pie, though? Let's see. The Morgan Stanley Watch Report pie. I looked at it and I was like, okay. Here it is. That's what I want to see. Let's see. No, give me the real shit. Give me the real one. Watch, guys. Somebody's got the pie is everywhere. And of course, I should have set this up earlier, but I didn't. Monochrome. Everybody's doing it. Ooh, look at that. I'm not even a. Oh, here it is. Okay, so it's not the pie, but we'll do this because for fun. We'll do this for fun. Here you go. So there you go. So Rolex is, of course, in at number one, and it says it's up, even though they're claiming that their sales figures are down. And Richemont is in at number two, and that's, of course, Cartier. Cartier has seen some pretty great sales surges in the last year or two. But this is old. This Swatch Group is number three here. Oh, this is old. Why am I looking at the old one? Come on. Where is that? Is it in here? Crap. Should have had this. I'll do Timmy and I'll just go scrolling. I'll go scrolling along, singing a song. That's what I want. Yep, this is the one I want. Okay, here it is. So Rolex, it says up turnover in Swiss francs. It's 11 million. Now, Swiss francs are usually, I don't know what it is today, but they're usually on par with dollars. It's almost the exact same thing. Number of units sold 1,150,000. That's when you think, and I've said this a million times about Rolex, considering their price, and while it's not as much as Richard Mille or Patek or any of those things, they're still very expensive watches. For them to sell a million, it means a year, 1,150,000 people shell out. And we're just talking about boutique sales, obviously, not even gray market. The implied average retail price per watch. Now, the average price is 13, that's 14 grand. And the implied retail market share, 33% of the watch market. Wow. 33%, it's a full third. Richemont, and no one's even close. Richemont, which has a ton of brands, but obviously Cartier being their marquee player, they sold 695,000 watches. Yeah, and that is their average price of a Cartier is 6,103. And this is in francs. You can do the math if you want to do that. But what's really amazing is that two of the Trinity players are in the top four. Audemars Piguet and Patek Philippe. Look at that. The average price of look at that though. Is that crazy though? The average price on an Audemars Piguet is 51,166, and the average price of Patek is 47,000. That's look at this though. This is the biggest joke. Richard Mille gets 4% of market share. So what are you telling me? See, that doesn't even make any sense. That Omega, and I'm not defending them, Reynald doesn't call me on the phone. 7%. They only have 7% market share. One of the most famous storied watch brands in the history of the world. Patek gets 6%, and Audemars Piguet, well, look at that, 6%. Sorry, and Patek is 7%. So Richard Mille, which average price is 294,000. And how many watches? They sold 5,950 watches. As far as I know, P. Diddy's in jail, so he ain't buying them. Maybe somebody's buying them for him. It's just absolutely crazy. And then you look down the line and you see some disturbing things going on here now. Like, okay, Richemont also owns Vacheron. Now, Vacheron, one of the greatest brands and my favorite of the Trinity brands. They sold 39,000 watches. It sounds no, sorry, that's the average price. Sorry, what did they sell for watches? I apologize for that. Vacheron sold 30,000 watches. Omega sold 460,000 watches, and their market share, I mean, it doesn't make any sense, this math that they're doing here. How could they only have that percent of the market if they're selling that many watches? Richard Mille, I mean, come on. How is that even possible? I don't know. And then IWC, Gigi Lecoute. I didn't realize that Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy owned Tag Heuer. I didn't. I never noticed that. Hermes is in there. There's a lot of fashion brands. Look at this. Bulgari, Chanel, Chopard. Well, Chopard's, there's a couple of these jewelry brands that like Bulgari and Chopard, Van Cleef and Arpels. Now, or Arpel as it's really pronounced. Frank Mueller is on there. Panerai. Look at that. Lange and Zune. Look at that. Jacob and Company. Louis Vuitton. Anybody who buys a Louis Vuitton watch needs to have their head examined. Breguet, of course, is in there. Gucci watches. Who would buy a Gucci? Why do they even sell watches? I mean, that's probably the epitome of fashion brand. It's like buying who's that guy that bought Versace? Michael Kors. Is Michael Kors on here? Christopher Ward. Look at that. Roger Dubuis, Ellen Ross, Gerard Perregaux. I mean, that's a great brand. Dior. Oh, God. FP Journe, Frédéric Constant. It's really kind of I don't know, it just screams bullshit to me, right? Just seems like a lot of, I mean, everybody knows that Rolex owns the world. It's just the way it's been. It's just the way it's been all this time. It's crazy. I don't know. That's the story. What say you about this whole thing? I don't know. Nobody's commenting on it, so I guess nobody cares. Who cares? We'll file that under who cares? Where's my who cares slogan? Is it gone? I haven't. Oh, there it is. All the way. I'm going to put that all the way back at the top because I used to use this so much. It goes, who cares? I don't know. Everybody knows Rolex is number one, but I don't know. AP, I mean, Patek, you're not going to scoff at these amazing brands. They're just storied, incredible brands. But to put Richard Mille up there, I mean, it's just such a niche thing. How could they have 4% of the watch market and Tag has 2%? I didn't even see Breitling is in there. Oof. But Richard Mille is on its way up, and the average price is 300,000. And Breitling has a long way to go. I mean, to bring back they need a great spokesperson. I've said this 1,000. Maybe get Tim? Who is Timothy Chalamet? Who's hot right now? Timothy. They need, or maybe they should just go and try to do what the Kardashians did and try to just get other markets interested, other groups like the hip hop community or the Latino community, to get their community interested in a brand like that. Breitling kind of, most people think it's your dentist's watch, though my dentist wears Rolex and he's an avid collector, mostly a Pepsi wearer. But it just always seems like your golfing pals, they don't have a very cool, modern vibe, whereas Omega's got a stable of stars, and Rolex has Roger. Roger doesn't even play anymore, but he's still Roger. Brad Pitt obviously can't be trusted. I don't know who's the guy that's gonna take some of these brands and help them out. Audemars Piguet, listen, Patek Philippe, they are living on their history and they're living on their pedigree. I think Audemars Piguet has gone down the wrong road with who they associate with, kind of cheapen the brand a little bit. Patek Philippe, to me, seems bulletproof. It's just, but again, considered farty old watches by a lot of people who don't know any better. Yeah, they've got sports models, etc., but people think of them as farty. People don't know a lot about watches. So I don't know. Nobody talks about IWC, and they should because they're great watches. I don't know. Everybody just talks about Rolex, so I think the rest of it is bullshit. Omega's butthurt, and they're mad. I guess this falls under who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Nick Brooker is here. Upvoted. Well done, Dave. Well done, Dave. Great to have you live on the show. Evening Panel Power coming back for you. Hey, Nick. Hope you're keeping well. Yes. Well done. Evening Panel Power. All thanks. Gearing up for Patty's Day. Yeah, I guess. I mean, St. Patrick's Day is not my favorite day because it's the day God decided to, well, Laverne was taken from me on St. Patrick's Day a couple of years ago, 2024. It'll be 2 years since she left. Never left my life, but left my world as we know it. So Patty's Day will always be shitty to me, I'll never feel the same way about it ever again. Oh my god! So like Eric Bell, he just super chatted me $4 and like 99 cents for a Manhattan vocal fry. So girls used to come up to the bar and say, "Oh my god!" So hold on a second, I'm on the phone. I want a mark. I want a strawberry mark. Can you make a spicy strawberry mark? Oh my god, I was talking to Bradley earlier, and he's just so extra. You know what I mean? I learned so many new words from all Tiffany, Amber, and Bethany's when I was tending bar. Listen, I love people. You guys know that. And I find people fascinating. Not as fascinating as I find animals. I find animals to be pure, and I find people to be less than so. But oh my god, well, I'll give you that instead of me hitting a big bang boom. Let's just do that. Like, oh my god, I met this guy named Eric. It has really big hands, and his watches are amazing. They are amaze balls. It's raining cats and dogs, says Martin Bronson. It is. On my I had to. I woke up, got out of bed, and I got shot across the bow. I had to go to the post office to go back, and I had to go a million things today. And I was passing by my local bodega, and Mamdani, for all of you people out there who don't like him, he's doing a really good job so far. And the one thing that he's trying to get the law passed and sorted out is bodega cats, which I'm all for the bodega cats. Because New York City, listen, I did actually rescue a bodega cat one time because I did not like the way he was being treated. Now, there are bodega cats that, and the reason why they get them is to control the mice population. I don't like that because there's rat poison out there, and we all know how that goes. Thrombocytopenia. It's not nice. However, because secondary poisoning is a real thing for all of you wonderful people. Let me get that off the screen. What am I doing? It's a very, very real thing. I have experienced it more than once, and it is not good. Living in the big city is not a great thing because people use something called rat poison. We need to stop using chemicals to treat vermin. We need to use humane traps and things to get rid of them out of your world because poison does not stop there. It gets transmitted to other animals in our beautiful world. It can get in your home. It could get to your cat. It could get to your dog. Mouse eats the rat poison. Mouse goes to your house. Cat catches your mouse. Cat gets poisoned. It happened to me twice because I live in a city that they built on top of roaches and rodents. So, but the bodega cat. So Mamdani is trying to, and it's probably gonna happen, because it's technically legal to have an animal in a store or a restaurant. It's not like Paris where you can just bring your dog to the restaurant, though people do, especially on the Upper East Side. And that would be great. I was passing by my local bodega, and Fanny was in the window, and she's a sweetheart. She's a big fluffy gray cat, and she's very sweet. You put her hand, and she just pushes her head against your hand, and she's very, very sweet. So, and I think she deserves to keep the house she lives in. Andrew Wokowicz. Andrew's being like one of the most amazing bashers, and let me tell you why. Andrew's been giving away memberships. Is that crazy? Congratulations, Dave. Working tonight, we'll watch later. Be an inspiration. Enjoy the show. Upvote and subscribe and become a patron if you can. He says this on every show. So Andrew is one of those guys. We all know him. We all love him. I don't need to say any more about Andrew. This whole membership thing started out with the Friday night show becoming, I don't know, like, controversial, and, TubeBuddy and YouTube are like, well, do this, and, maybe your numbers will straighten out or whatever. So I started the membership thing just for that reason, and it's kind of taken off. So let me go there and I need to look at that right now. Because I haven't in the last couple of days. When you start a show, you start looking at stuff, and I just haven't looked to see where it's going. So I'm going to go check to see, because Andrew's given away a shitload. I have 4 new subscribers. Wow, that's pretty cool. So memberships. Okay. Oh my God. So last time I looked, there was 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. I can't even begin to thank you all enough for that. That's incredibly kind and sweet of you all to do that. I'm going to try to make it worth your while since this was not something I planned to do, and I'm not trying to grift and find a way to extract money out of the people I love who've been helping this show. Look, when's the last time you heard from Angelo Minichello, right? He's a busy, busy man. We all love him. He's been such a part of our Basher world. And I think about him all the time. He's been a Patreon since I started the show, my solo show. And I've written to him and say, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't make his presence that known, but this is an incredible, wonderful guy that I met. Gave me that the beautiful Waltham, and he's a great friend of the channel. And you know what? I'm just so grateful for all the help and stuff to keep this show afloat, so we can do it every day. Go do walkabouts. Once the big move thing happens, or when that all goes, if there's a scenario where there has to be like a renovation that's possible and all that stuff, I'm going to document all that stuff. So like the channel's going to grow. The membership thing, I did not plan on it becoming a thing, but obviously it has. So, Andrew, I'm going to give you the biggest. I'm not going to give you your gong today. I'm going to give you. Can I not give you anything today? Hold on a second. Oh, brother, it's doing it again. It's not letting me get to my. Oh, there. Will it let me go? Come on, let me go. All right, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Sometimes I just have to leave the room and come right back. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll be right back after these messages. Okay, now it should let me do it. And it did. So I'm going to give you the biggest bang boom I got. Andrew, you're just, I don't know. What can I say about you? You're one of the beautifulest, most sweetest people ever in the whole wide world. Thank you so much. I'm starting to sound like Bennett Cerf. Eminem madness, Malcolm into madness. Happy Friday Eve, Dirk, and all the bashers. Let's grab. Happy Friday Eve to you, beautiful one, the beautiful people, the beautiful people. Melly C, congratulations, day 4, Fahrenheit 451, champagne. Well, that looks like a bottle of Krug, doesn't it? Has anybody ever done a fancy champagne taste test? Because champagne's a funny thing. I've said this before on the show. Champagne is the greatest buzz. I've never done drugs, so I don't know. But champagne is the greatest buzz you can get. 1 or 2 glasses. If you could bottle that and keep that, but the 3rd glass, it's downhill. The 4th glass is misery and a headache, and it doesn't matter how good the champagne is. It's evil. But I do like, if I'm traveling, I'll drink a mimosa at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'll do it because I like it. Eat kind of, traveling is difficult. Luggage and taxi cabs and flights, and there's always. I don't ever hear everybody, unless you get ushered in a limousine and taken to the first class lounge and put on Concorde. And, I don't know any people like that. But for the most of us, there's a lot of hassle involved in travel. It's as much as we like to do it and we want to go where we want to go. It's stressful. It's very, very stressful. And there are people out there, and I used to be one of them. At one point in my life, it was in the 90s. I developed a sick fear of flying. And, my dad worked for American Airlines. I've been flying my entire before I remember, in utero. I was flying like crazy. I was always on a plane. And I don't know where it came from. I don't know what instigated it. I know nothing about it, but I was petrified. So much that I say I don't do drugs. My father-in-law gave me 2 Valium salts. We were going somewhere in Europe. And I was just like white knuckling it. And he said, what's the matter? I said, I don't know. All of a sudden, I'm nervous getting on a plane. I know how it works. I know what the statistics are. And I've always loved being on planes. And then out of nowhere, I honestly do not know. But that's the thing about phobias, fears, your mental health. It's chemicals. Sometimes you cannot figure out what causes it. And I remember once I was on a flight, I think it was 94, with my sister and her then husband. And we're coming back from Ireland. And we were on an Airbus A300. And I think I was afraid of Airbus at the time. Imagine. It used to be, if it ain't Boeing, I ain't going. Well, things have changed. And I was just sitting there, white knuckle. And then there was a time when Paul and I, in 99, Paul and I were coming home from Venice. We're at Marco Polo Airport, and we got on a British Airways flight to go to Gatwick. And I'm sitting in the back of the bus, and I'm just really nervous. And out of nowhere, this very sweet flight attendant comes and grabs my hand, and he brings me a glass of champagne. And then I had never done this before. I started having a mimosa before I got on flight. Thankfully, that has so left the building for me. I have zero fear of flying. I don't know. It was just a moment in time, a brain glitch. I don't know what it is. Now I cannot wait to get on a plane. Yeah, I do this and knock on the plane. I always knock on the plane before because, it's a big piece of hunk of metal that weighs, thousands of tons. And, it's lifting all these people. It is something that is so miraculous. It is so credible. Think about Wilbur and Orville Wright. And it wasn't that long ago, barely, it's 100 plus years ago. And those guys, only made it, 27 feet or whatever it was. The wings are longer on most planes today. It's a miracle that we're able to get to and from where we want to go. And it's not as fast as it used to be, that's for sure. Planes are smaller, even though engines are more powerful. There are less of them. When I was a kid, there were 747s and L-1011s and DC-10s. 3 engines, 4 engines, 707s. It just takes longer now a little bit because, supersonic flight is gone and all that stuff. But anyway, I'm waxing on and on and on about it. But the whole thing was I was afraid to fly. So this is about champagne. Don't ask me how I got on this tangent other than seeing that bottle of champagne that Melly seeded. Now I just can't wait to get on a freaking plane. A rainy night in Georgia. Hey, Ray. Ray, you sent me that video of that kid singing again. You know that today. I played it yesterday. You know that, right? You sent me that. I'm in heaven, number 7, and you're Ray out on the rock. Hey, Melly, Andrew, and the living legend, that is Ray. Ray is a living legend. He is on this show. That's 100% true. Steve Zaleski is here. Good evening, Dirk and all the Basherdirks. Nearly the weekend. Thank fork. Have a great show. We finally seen some sun. It has been pissing rain all day today. Just, Rose got up really late, and I was just worried that she was sleeping too much. Anyway, so I was having a little bit of a moment, and I got a message from the incomparable Jocelyn Bittenbender. Jocelyn, thank you for being you. I'm not going to tell you all what she does, but she does something that's extremely compassionate in her life, in her line. And we're so very grateful for people like you in our world. Thank you so much for being a helpful, caring person and a wonderful human being and helping me smell good. Why not? Yes. I was treating it like it is gold. M7, the original formula from Jocelyn Bittenbender. This is so, I know this is so like, 2001 A Space Odyssey. But man, it's insane. Nothing smells like that. They all smell the same. Listen, you know how much I love me Quercus, right? I love me Quercus. And I love it. I can't wait for spring because I'll be wearing this. These are all Neroli Portofinos. They're all 4711 on crack. All of them are. They're these citrus with a little bit of floral, a little bit of spice. And this is just absolutely gorgeous. And I don't get paid by Penhaligons or anybody. Now, this you can buy. This you can't even steal. Doesn't exist anymore on planet Earth. And look, I didn't put the cap back on my Penhaligons. Penhaligons, that's me. This is one of the greatest spring scents. But if you don't want to spend the money on it, go get yourself a cheap-ass bottle of 4711. It doesn't last very long. But you know what? all I can say is I can listen. Like let's take JoJo, right? Joe LaFaro shows up, he's dressed, he's gonna look like the handsome Dickens, right? He's gonna walk into a room and he's got the perfect suit and all that stuff. And if he splashed, even if he's wearing a different cologne in the same kind of family, if he splashed on a little bit of aftershave, a little bit of a 4711, that is something that makes a man. It just does. And it doesn't last that long projection wise. But some of these parfums now are so over projected. You don't want an atom bomb. Like, for example, when I bought the Habit Rouge, the new formulation, the Delphine Gel version, which I love, 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 the parfum is too powerful. It like an atom bomb. It's crazy town. Can't wear it. That's why I wear the eau de parfum. Congratulations, Dave Fahrenheit 451. There you go. Thanks, Steve Zaleski. And Nick Brooker says, hey, Steven Z, it's been lovely this week. I hope you guys get lots of sunshine. Number 10 today, he upvoted. Thank you for upvoting, Kevin Landon. You are the Kevin one. Bashing love. Hey, live on the show. I did send an email to Julian. I know everybody's been asking me because we're all concerned. I mean, I have absolutely no email from him. And that drives me bananas because you know how crazy I get. I get very worried about stuff. I really do. When people disappear. I mean, he's not disappearing, so to speak, but he's not here with us at this very moment. Basherdirk@gmail.com. I don't have that many emails today for all yow. If you want to have some share some joy. You got a cologne you like? I got coffee. Dribby dude coffee. Man, that is too. I love coffee. Can I just say that? I love coffee. I absolutely love it. Fergal's here. Hey, Dirk. Hey, Dirk and the Bashers. Can't say we're bashing around. Oh, you're not going to be on the show up early tomorrow. I thought you had 4 days off. Didn't you say? Didn't you have? Oh, can I tell you? Arg. Just a reminder that March is the Irish month to celebrate the heritage of the Emerald Isle. Check out Shane's video on green dial watches and a splash of Irish culture. Please do. Everybody knows that the sister channel is Oisin O'Malley's channel, formerly the Timeless Watch channel. Big guy comes here every Friday and watch that if you can. If you can. Says Fergal. You guys are funny. Hey, Andy, the Ancient One, is here. Andy M. Good evening, kind sir. Wishing you and yours only good things. It's the only good things, guy. It's the only good things, guy. Let's crank it. Boom. Only good things, buddy. Thanks so much. Bert Dundee. Hey, Bert. I'm so happy you're back on the show. It's been way too long since we saw you every day. We need it. Thanks, Bert. You know what, Jojo? Rainy Thursday. Thanks. Hey, Nick B. Jojo, have we ever discussed what your go-to fragrance is or what your go-to top? I have a question for Handsome Joe. What are your top 3 fragrances? Don't say Dracar. Dracar Noir. Paco. What was the other one? You know what I would kill for? And it's available, Jojo. I would love to get my hand on a bottle of Z14. And it's so easy to get. It's like at Marshall's. You can buy it. That or Aramis. I've got Escada, which I've got a half a bottle of Escada, and I've seen it on eBay. Half a bottle's $300-$400. I'm not going to do that, but hey, the market is out there. But Jojo, what are your top? I know we've talked about it. I'm just dying to know, and everybody else is too. Everyone needs a little Snoopy in their life. They show. Well, I got Woodstock on today, but yes, they do. To celebrate Irish Month, I am endorsing 3 green dial watches that I own and wear. An Invicta Grand Diver, a Citizen Diver Chrono, and a Steel Dive Captain Willard Homage. Wow. What's my favorite green dial? It's got to be the 2 years ago. This is just fantasy, right? The Vacheron overseas chrono. Oh. I love the teak dial Aquaterra. I do. There's a lot of good. Breitling, the pistachio dial, Navitimer. There's a lot. There's a lot of green dials. Green is hot. Green's hot. Sometimes you just need a little green. Hey, Nick B, Andy the Ancient One saying, I hope you're keeping well. Hey, Brad Crozier. Good evening, Dirk. I have an umbrella in hand here in Toronto. It is raining. That's how the Torontonians say it. Toronto, no Toronto. Toronto. Yeah, up here in Toronto. It's raining and it's raining like it's been raining cats and dogs. I don't like umbrellas. I know that sounds terrible. And I have great ones. I will avoid them unless it is a pissing like contest outside. I rarely don't. I rarely grab one. I might as well endorse 3 green fountain pen links: Mont Blanc Irish Green, Conklin Kelly Green, and Delta Mayora Green. Mayora. The last is from one of 4 companies owned by my friend. Oh, look at that. Nino Marino. What a great endorsement. Do you have a link for us, pal? Put a link in there. We show stream YouTube will show links. If you put a link in there, I'll put it up on the screen. I don't care. Show the love. If you believe in it, I believe in it until I don't. Hey, Andy, all good things here, says Nick Brooker. And Mr. Bell says, look out for the, oh, shit. Look out for the new Milgauss in the Air King case. I know. That's what's going to, it's not going to happen this year. You saw my prediction, right? My prediction is 75. This is 70. I mean, hey, it might. But wouldn't it make more sense for them to do it on the 75th? I think the Milgauss is going to be gone for a while. I think so. And I'll never forget the first time I ever heard about the Milgauss. I was working at El Rio Grande. And this is, when I did not know very much about watches. I knew Omegas because my father-in-law collects them. He's got Speedy and the S&P, and S&P 300. He's got all that stuff. The classics. And this guy came in and he was wearing the what's he wearing? He was wearing a Submariner date. And I was like, oh wow, Rolex, blah 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 blah. And he goes, my dream watch is the Milgauss. And I said, what's that? And then he showed me a picture of it, and I was like, wow. And that's like when I first started Googling it and finding out about it. And the one that he wanted was the white dial. And I saw the black dial, and I don't think the Z Blue was out yet. Z Blue was what, 2014? Which I've never fought. Listen, it's a beautiful watch, but the blue and the green to me, it just looks very, I don't know, just blue and green to me is just a weird combo. They're great together to make aquamarine and all that stuff, but when they're juxtaposed against each other, I don't love it. I think it pops a lot better on the black dial. And I think it would have looked great on the white dial too, but probably would have made the dial look, because it's not on the side. It's the whole crystal is green. So yeah. Listen, I know. Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? We're going to find out real soon if they've decided to do that. And I know it's going to be in a super case. I know that it is. I know. They were all oyster before. Mine's in an oyster case. Yep, it's going to be in a super case. It's going to be chunky. Is it going to have some kind of a fancy bezel on it? I mean, I don't know what they're going to do to it. I mean, is the green crystal going to be gone? Probably, because that was a modern construct. It had nothing to do with the history of the brand. Will it have the lightning bolt? It better, because that's super historical for them to have that. I mean, I've seen a lot of, like I look at all the watch stuff, and I don't watch a lot of the shows anymore because I'm bored by most of them, because I'm like, yeah, I know. And also, I like more when people talk the tech of watches and watchmaking, and instead of like the gossip about watches. I don't really care about that anymore. I used to. But yeah, I've seen a couple of renderings and sketches of what maybe they'll come out with now. It's 70th anniversary. Cool, right? Very cool. I don't think so. I think it's going to be 75. But I could be totally wrong. Rolex never does anything anybody expects, right? They never do. Last year, Land Dweller, right? Right, that's what it was. Which sounds like, a new car by British Leyland, or it sounds like a Land Rover. I was like, Land Dweller. Gosh. Hope you're well, Basherdirk. Dave Fitzsimons. All endorsements sponsored by Kerry Gold and Solomore Dew. Your mileage may vary, Slancha. Kerrygold. Listen, Kerrygold is so expensive in the United States right now. It's $8.99 for a 8-ounce package of butter. I mean, please. I go to Trader Joe's where I can get it for $4.49, but in every other supermarket, it's just so expensive. Fred Crozier, what's on your wrist? That's what I'm wearing. That's what I'm wearing. Wearing the Woodstock edition of the Weekender. What's on your wrist? And are you drinking Tetley tea or Kimbo coffee? I'm not drinking either. I'm drinking the JBC coffee from Drew. Drinking a Diet Coke as usual because I'm a drug addict. And I am a Lions man, and I'll always be a Lions man. I mean, do I have? I think I do. Let me see if I I think I took a picture yesterday that made me look like I was crazy. Let's see. I think I did. And if I did, I'll show it to you. I will show. Yeah, I do have the picture. Ready? Okay, so here you go. So I was talking to Dana on the phone, and we were talking about. She didn't come over. We didn't meet up last night, but she said, I said I had made something potato croquettes with peas, and she hates peas, etc., etc. And then somehow we got around to tea, and she said, like, stop being an oppressed, subjugated species, because we're drinking the tea, and the tea came from the English, who stole it from the Indians, and all that stuff. And I was like, but I love my tea. And I took a picture of my cupboard. Is that a problem? I said, I think I have more than one box of Lions in my cabinet, and I do. Isn't that terrible? Yeah, I know. I got to redo the wallpaper. I'm not going to redo anything here because I don't give up anymore. But whenever I see the Lions, that's the big box, right? That's the 40. That's the 80, right? Yes, the Lions Gold. I'm a Lions man. I'll always be a Lions man. Always be a Lions man. Lions tea has been added to the sponsors of my endorsements. Plus hey, there you go, the Connemara Marble Company. Yay, Kevin Landon. I don't think there's anything better. Listen, I can drink Barry's. I had it at my sister's. It was quite good. Carolyn Merritt and Kevin Landon. So sorry. I have no idea how I hide your message. I dropped my phone. Oh, Carol. Carol dropped her phone. Hey, Carolyn, Melly, C, Eminem, Madness. No worries. Carolyn Martin for now. Dirk, I'm part of the top third of wristwatch wearers with my steel 36 Datejust with a diamond blue fluted bezel on a Jubilee bracelet. That's very, very sexy. I'm not a big diamond guy, but my friend Mike is, and he's got two. He's got a full-on president with diamonds. And listen, you wouldn't think this, but I was like, wow. Yeah, you're part of the top third of wristwatch wearers. Yeah, the Steel 30. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful watch. Absolutely. Blue dial. Ugh. Blue to bezel. It's all that glitters is gold. I know it's not gold, but man, it's almost better than that. Truly is. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful watch. You can't silence the joys of Lions tea. Oh, you can't. It's the only tea that I buy. And I make a special trip because it's not widely available. You can get Barry's everywhere. PG tips. You can get it. That's not even real. Hello, Melly C. Man City footballer Ealing Harling is the Breitling ambassador. See, no one knows who that is, Nick. Internationally. Nobody. Eland Harling. He's a nobody. He's a nobody. He might be big in the football world, which means he's famous all over the world, just not in the United States. I have no idea who that guy is. Yeah, I've never heard of him. This is the place for kindness, is Carolyn. Oh, says Kevin Landon is right. My 3 watches for St. Patty's week sent eventually. Yeah, I got some pictures from you, Ray Ray. Coming up, we're going to do the gallery in just a moment. Yeah, Nikki. I'll be raising the glass to St. Patrick on the 17th. Sláinte to all my Irish friends. Sláinte to you, buddy. We're early now. Everybody's with their Irish flags. Great. Melly C. This is how long ago I said this. Champagne tasting is so much fun. I remember when I was in hospitality college, we had wine, champagne, and spirit tasting course every Tuesday morning for 6 months. Course started at 9 a.m. and you're already tipsy. I love getting on the plane and being tipsy. Dirk, have you ever flown American Airlines to Vancouver or to Alaska? I did not. I always went over the pond. I mean, I never been to Hawaii, and they flew there. I've never been to like Sao Paulo and Buenos Aires, and I could have, and I didn't. I always wound up just going to Europe. I know it's very stupid, and now that's gone. I've been to the islands, Puerto Rico, and all those. I've been down there a bunch of times. What was my most memorable destination? That's difficult to say. Most memorable. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say this, and I didn't fly American Airlines. I flew. Who did I fly? Emirates, which was the worst, and you know why. Greece, Athens, because it was what I expected and not what I expected. We went there in 2019, and we stayed at the Britannia, which was fucking amazing, right on Syntagma Square. I found the people to be so enchanting, and the language musical. I went into Orthodox church and wanted to convert. I thought all the food was delicious. I thought that everything about that culture was mind blowing. I thought everybody was beautiful. Everybody looked dressed nice. I just, it was, and Croatia, two places I've been to once. Croatia, I went in 10 years ago, 2016, and that was amazing. Everything about it. It was interesting. My least favorite part of Croatia was Split, because we drove down from Trieste in Italy, and we went through, and then as we're winding down the coast, which is freaking amazing, we started going through this very kind of Tito-esque, very, communist-y looking, horrible architecture, ugly, not like the good shit, the Bauhausian shit or any of that stuff. It just was really ugly. And then out of nowhere, we're in Split, and it's like, it looked like a pavilion at Disney World or the World's Fair, and it just felt so incredibly tourism shoved down your throat that I was like, man, I don't love this place, but I did love Dubrovnik, and I loved everything about it. But Greece, I'm going to say Greece, Brad. How about that? I'm going to say Greece. By 12 p.m., Melly was in her car having a kip. I bet she was. I suggest flying to Madeira for the excitement. I've never been there. I've been to Spain a bunch of times. Yeah, it's amazing. What's to say? Well, Melly, it's early in the morning. What do you drink on a Tuesday now? I'm with Dirk, flying sobers for amateurs. Totally. There's nothing worse than not having a drink before you get on the flight. It sucks. Sucks. When you get off the plane, you have a coffee. That's ritual. But once I get into the gate area, I'm like, all right, where's the bar? Hey, I had my appendix taken out. 3 days later, I was on a plane. And did I have a drink before I got on the plane? You bet your ass I did. And I asked the guy if I could, the doctor. I said, hey, can I have a drink? He goes, yeah, sure. And I had a sidecar in it, and it was bad. It tasted like gasoline. It tasted like gasoline because the girl had no idea. She was lovely, lovely, lovely young woman. And it was at the gate right next to the ITA Airways, in the concourse. And she had all the ingredients. And I said, okay, so do you have any fresh lemons? She goes, I don't. So do you have any like lemon? Anyway, we made a sidecar, which is cognac and Cointreau and fresh lemon juice. And it's a great drink. You do a sugar rim or not, or you can make it straight up in a martini glass. But it's a really great drink, and it's a great drink to have one of. Well, I'll tell you something. Paul had it also. He goes, I'll try the sidecar. I was like, I don't drink liquor, but it's my favorite drink that I ever made. I made every drink known to mankind. I had a couple of customers that got into the sidecar because they knew how much I love to make them. I just think there's an art to balancing the cognac with the Cointreau and making it really, really good, and fresh lemon juice. Delicious. The sidecar. So we had, and it was just like, she didn't have any great booze. She didn't have Cointreau. She had some triple sec. What are you going to do? Anyway, but got in the seat, got my ass in the seat in the plane. I was like, wow, I don't even care that we're in coach right now because I'm lit like a Christmas tree, Love my Dior Homme. That's your fragrance? Yeah. Okay. I know that the Savage is really big right now. I love the original Eau Savage. That's one of my favorites. Modern top notes are overpowering. They are overpowering. Agreed. We used to say somewhere in the world, 5 p.m., no more Tuesday morning drinking. Aramis. Yeah, baby. High karate. Remember that? Old Spice. I have Old Spice on my in my pantheon. I love Old Spice. Absolutely love it. I love it. Izzy Miyake, Poor Homme, and I don't know what that JP Gaultier. Oh, Jean Paul Gaultier. Okay. I'm in that city and they say Cherno. I'm in that city and they say Cherono. Cherono. What am I missing here? I'm in that city and they say Cherono. Cherono. How did I mess that up? What am I missing here? I'm in that city. I said earlier that they say Toronto. Toronto. Oh, Toronto. There you go. Toronto. Now I get it. Toronto. Where you from? Toronto. You're right. That's what they say. They go, where you from? Toronto. You're right. Samsara. Very elegant. YSL Champagne and Charlie Red. Charlie. Who's the girl? But then better. Charlie. Hey, Ditesh. How is everybody doing? We're doing better now that you're here. We're about to hit the Gallery of Bashtards in a minute. Please up for thank you. Please up front for the show if you can. Brute and Blue Stratus. You're digging deep. Kuros. I've always had a thing for Kuros. I've never owned it, but I've always said, one day. I don't think it's right for me, but it's too overpowering. Chemical weapon. I agree. Does anyone remember the aftershave? I do. Denim. Yeah. I remember all the weird stuff. The pens and inks that Nino's companies Delta, Mayora, Natuno, and his Nino Marino signature line are available at most pen. Is that true? So your friend is very successful at the writing instrument. Congratulations, Kevin. IHD, the Rolex, Pepsi, yeah. GMT, well, sure. Hey, Eminem. Jesus, Dana hates ABBA, peas. No, I know. She does. She hates ABBA. How could you hate ABBA? How in the world? We stole tea from the Chinese, not the Indians. We gave tea to the Indians. Right. Yeah, of course. Well, everything came from China. Right? Everything? Spaghetti? Yeah, that's right. We stole tea from the Chinese, not the Indians. We gave tea to the Indians. Then the English took the tea from India. And the British made the Irish drink it. Is that pretty much how it worked out? Hey, Dirk, Lions looks yummy, and I have that. Yeah, Checo pasta. That's all I buy. I mean, if I can find some niche Italian brands, I will get that. But in general, I buy Checo. My favorite. My favorite. How does Lions Gold compare to Lions Red? It's more of a powerful punch. I used to drink green. It's just a step up, but you know what? I have to say this. They got rid of the pyramid bag. It tastes different. I'm sorry. I know that's ludicrous, but it tastes different. It used to you pop the pyramid bag into the tea, and instantly it would just start being amazing. There is something about this new bag. I just don't love it. Don't love it. Man City, who cares? You'll never walk alone is where the heart is. You know that face of Elon Musk is going to fuck you up. Hey, Siggy. Haven't heard much from him in these days. Oh, Melly, I see them days are behind you. Dirk, Greece was very memorable for you. My pleasure, Brad. Thanks for asking. I loved Greece. I loved everything about it. There's nothing I can say about that I didn't love. And would I want to live there? I don't know. Like, sometimes you go, I could live here. Never thought that once. All I could think was, I can't wait to go back. We were also doing a show, and that was really fun, and we got to play for Greek fans, and it was cool. Flying with Valium is amazing. Wake for food, arrive full of beans, wonderfully rested, totally chilled. Yeah, I did that for about 2 years. Every time I got on a plane, I'd take one Valium. That's true. Nino's based in Naples. In Napoli and pens are wonderful to look at. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. Burberry Hero. I've never smelled that, but I heard it's very good. Anyway, it's time for the Gallery of Bastards. The Gallery of Bastards. Send me the shots that sublime me the Gallery of Bastards. You share them with me, and I share with the world. Becky Brown sent me an email saying, I won Stump the Dirk. She did, because I couldn't remember that song. The Cher song that Bob Dylan wrote. And you know what? She sent me the link to it today, and I never heard that song before. So let me go get my card and hand it back, because I'm fired. Look at this collection. Oh, man. Oh, man. Looky there. Oh, you're brave. Brave and crazy. That is art. Do you have that? I hope you have that hung up on the wall. That is beautiful. Is it just one shot? Come on. I don't want one shot. That's from Mr. Bell. 3 tunas on a tank. It looks pretty damn good. Let's rock. It's Alter Bridge. Oh, he was going to the Alter Bridge. Oh, that's who Seven Dust was. Oh, he sent me a clip of Seven Dust. We went to go see Alter Bridge. So Alter Bridge can headline like a big arena like that? Oh, look what Tino's wearing. He's wearing his, oh boy, look at that. He's wearing the Timex Pan Am. Yeah, mister. That is a class move, dude. Oh, look, you got some pretty good, look at that. Wow, look at that. You're right behind. What's this? I mean, I know that there's the soundboard and there's the front of house mixer, but what is this stuff? Does somebody do like no, they're not like that kind of band that come out to these one. I don't know. What is that? What is that about, Dino? Dino, you here? Are you here? Are you here? What is that about? Good Seven Dust. I don't know anything about. I know I've heard of them, of course, but I don't know what they sound like. Let's see what kind of gear they're using. They're running Pro Tools, I'll tell you that much. Look, oh my God, virtual amps. Oh boy. I mean, now it's just like one big laptop to play a show. Okay, general admission. So Alter Bridge are big enough to play it like the O2. They don't have much of it. You know, people know who they are. Alter Bridge are the guys in Creed and Miles Kennedy. But, you know, they played here, I guess, New York. I guess they play the Beacon Theater. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe I don't think they can headline the Garden. The O2 is like headlining the Garden. Seven Dust. I've heard great things about Seven Dust. I don't know anything about them. What kind of music is it? What would you Seven Dust sounds like? It's in the same oh, look at the size of this place. Wow. Luxury boxes are popping. That's a great shot. Look at this. Everybody's got glasses on though. I guess it's an older crowd. Oh, to Chris Daughtry. Has anybody seen what Chris Daughtry did? I mean, yeah, the Pan Am logo's nuts. Has anybody seen that? Hold on a second. I mean, it is absolutely crazy. This is what Chris Daughtry did. Listen, I have one tattoo, and I don't, you know, what you want to do is fine. I think that is nuts. Oh, that's a really shitty picture. How about this one? Look what he did. He had some tattoos that he wanted to cover up, so he gave himself like a superhero thing. He's got guys in sick shape. Look at the back. Is that not nuts? Wow. So he used to have those tattoos, and so he painted his entire body black. Can I just say, and if Jojo, if you're still around, that can't be good for you, right? It's got to be some kind of poison on the skin. I can understand a couple of tattoos or whatever. You know, I have one. I don't even know where it is. It's there. Yeah, it's the Hitman guy that Paul drew for me, and I've had that for 38 years, and I forget that. I don't even know what arm it's on. I don't even know. That's a lot of tattoos, man. It's crazy. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to where we were. Chris Daughtry, yeah, I couldn't believe it. So, they play. Okay, so it was a group of people. Uh, there he is with his tattoos. Oh man, look at that. He's a great singer, by the way. I understand that it's kind of milk toasty. I get it, but I think he's great. I don't have a problem with Nickelback either. I think Chad Kroeger sounds great. I mean, I don't. They're not offensive to me in any way, and I really liked him when he was on American Idol. I used to watch American Idol when it first started because it was like a talent show. Now it's auto tuned and a lot of bullshit. These are great shots, by the way. And this is the headliner, I'm assuming, which is who was the headliner? Was it Alter Bridge? Oh yeah, there's Miles Kennedy. Okay. Oh, he's playing a PRS. Oh, he's a great guitar player. Obviously, we all know he's a wonderful singer. But the guitar, I see a guy with a Paul Reed Smith, and I'm instantly not interested. Listen, if you have one, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I had one for 5 minutes years ago with SE, I think it was. They're like coffee tables. They have no vibe. They play great. They sound good, but they have no vibe. There's no mojo, zero. But yeah, not a fan at all. Okay, there's Mark Tremonti, right? Oh, they all play those. Oh, they have a deal. He's a very aggressive endorser, Paul Reed Smith. Oh, there's old TV sets. Okay, cool. I didn't know that they could play an arena. Wow. Bert Dundee wants to know if I knew yes, I did know that. And here's the other thing. Did you know that Slash grew up down the block from Robbie Williams in Stoke-on-Trent? He's older. What is Robbie 53 and Slash is 60? So yeah, they knew each other as kids. That isn't that crazy. Wow. Looks like a great show. He's a great singer, really good. I mean, wow, those tattoos are nuts, man. Wow. Covering your entire body. Yeah, she made all the stage gear for David Bowie. Yeah. Wouldn't that have been cool imagine that? With gasoline. Putting out the fire with gasoline. Very cool shots. Okay, wait a second. Did I skip one? Hold on. Oh, you sent me two of the same. Okay. I was worried. I was like, did I miss one? Okay. You know what it's time for, kids? I'll do jazz because I was talking to Scotty Love today.
Eminem madness, Mark and Mindy madness. Eminem madness, Mark and Mindy madness. Eminem madness, Mark and Mindy madness. Eminem madness, Mark and Mindy madness.
I gotta make it look better.
Madness, Mark and Mindy madness. Eminem madness,
Sleepy Mark.
and Mindy madness. Eminem madness, Mark and Mindy madness. Eminem madness, Mark and Mindy madness.
Mark and Mindy Madness, everybody. Yay! Julian, we're gonna play the jazz until you come back. And then when you come back, I'm gonna do a metal version of Eminem Madness. That's what's next. All right. Or Julian, you can pick what style you want and I'll rewrite it, okay? Anything to get you back in our good graces, buddy. That's what we care about. That's Eminem Madness. Mr. Brooker Tilly, tummy tickle time. Oh, it's a video. Okay, hold on. Can I ask you a question? How come when Nick Brooker sends me videos, I don't have to download them? They're embedded in the email. Can I have that forevermore? Ray? You're going to get sound and everything. Look at this. It's like I'm watching
dear.
cinema right now.
Oh, yeah. What are you up to? You got
Stretchy.
stretch?
You having a stretch, are you? Yeah.
Good girl.
Good girl. Got such a thick accent.
Girl.
Oh, belly rub, belly
Tickle
rub. Thump, 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 thump. Oh, man, this is
Under
killer.
here. Under here.
Under here.
Tickles.
Tickles.
Good girl.
Oh, what a beauty. Oh, man. Thank you. That was great. Look at that. Look at that. It's right in my. I opened up the email and the video opened up. I didn't have to download it or anything. What kind of voodoo magic is that? Nick Brooker. Now, hold on. Now, Ray sent me a video. I've got to download it now. He sent me one of that kid. Is it the kid again? It is. We played him. So let me see what else we got. Gallery Sing It says, uh-oh. Since you've been gone, all that's left is a band of gold. All that's left of the dreams I hold. I never knew who wrote this song. R. Dunbar and E. Wayne. And the memories of what love could be if you were to here with me. Look at that. Produced by Holland Dozier Holland. Now, you would think that they wrote that, and I think in the back of my head, I thought that they did. But no, it was written by those guys. Wow, who would have guessed that? I wouldn't have thunk it at all. Thank you. Now, is this a picture? Okay, here's Ray's Collezione Orologi. Look at this action, kiddo. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Sweet. It's your green dials there. Is that a green dial? A green dial, Seiko for sure. Seiko again. And that's that Chinese watch. Is that a green dial? I guess it might be. Is it like a light green, like a Kelly green? Tis it. Great shot. Thanks, Ray. Amazing. Okay. Then where am I? Ray, bang round. Got that already. And Bert Dundee. Hey, Bert. Ooh. Okay, you just go ahead and do that, Bert Dundee. Why not? Why not just sea dweller our brains out? Oh boy. Look at you got a big wrist, kid, because you know what that looks? Look at that. That's quite the wrist presence, Mr. Dundee. Wow. Wowee. That is, yeah. I know it's just a big sub, but you know what? Something so different about these. I don't know what it is, but I love them. I mean, sub is a perfect watch. It truly is. I always wondered, like, why some logos are applied and some are not. Like on the sub, it's not. On the Sea Dweller, it's not. But like on the Milgauss, it is. You know, like the Omega Speedmaster Professional, it is not. But it is on my first Omega in Space. Like, who makes those decisions? You know, it's interesting. Yeah, but you know, who doesn't love a watch with a red line on it? I know I do. Beautiful, man. Thank you, Bert. More shitters from Mr. Bell. More shitters. Some Archie action. Listen, Archie invented half the lingo we all use on the show. I don't think these are shitters at all. Everybody loves Seiko in this house. We're all big Seiko fans. And by the way, look at that coppery, rusty, nightmare-y thing down there. That's pretty cool. Looks very coppery. Love it. Oh, sorry. There was another picture. Hold on. Ooh, okay. Well, and they just washed up from shore. Washed up on the shore. Wow. 1,000 meters. Well, that'll do it. Look at that. Look at that. 200 meters. Amazing. Beautiful. Who doesn't love the tuna cans, baby? We love them. Everybody loves him. Everybody loves the Seiko. And then Bert. Oh, the video from Bert. Okay, hold on. So, Nick, you gonna tell everybody in the show how to get that, how to make that happen with the email magic? I've watched this guy. Is this? Can I watch? Can I play this? I don't know that I can. Yeah. Scotland is currently trending. I would love to play this, but I can't because I'll get popped. Because yeah, Kevin Bridges, yeah, that's copywritten material, and this is what YouTube has told me to lay off on. So I'll watch it. Thank you for that. Sending that to me, Bert, and I will watch it, but I can't play it on the show because unless this is a learning channel where I'm saying like, playing is still grabbing a thing and going, gee, you can't. It's got to be whatever it is. So, but thanks for that. Anyway, guys, that's the Gallery of Bastards. I wish to. Hold on to go. No, I'm gonna get a better picture. Hold on, because I want to end on a high note. Hold on. Let's end with Jack. Just so we have a nice picture to share with the world. There's Jack hanging out. Jack, of course, looking out for his girl, Kay. Look at beautiful Jack. Hey, Jack. That's the Gallery of Bastards, my friends. Thank you so much.
The Gallery of Bashtards. Send me the shots, the sublime, the absurd. The Gallery of Bashtards. You share them with me, and I share with the world.
Dino, cool Timex. Good to see you slumming it. Indeed, indeed, indeed. She loves the Timex. A 3-piece hunger buster. Nice. Seiko tuna heaven. Still Seiko tunas. Everybody's loving it. Everybody does. Nice blue dial day date. Yeah, it's nice. It's a beautiful watch. That Pan Am logo is stunning. I agree. Beautiful Timex. Beautiful. Yeah, who doesn't love that? Kennedy with Slash on Starlight is phenomenal live. That was in Snake Pit, right? That was Slash's Snake Pit. I think they were doing that together. Gotta check that out. Gotta check it out. Wow, that's incredible. Chris's tattoos. Can you believe that he did that? I mean, it's like a superhero tattoo. It's unbelievable. Les Paul guitars have soul. They do. Les Pauls have soul. I don't know what it is about listen, I had one, and whenever some of my favorite guitar players have switched to PRS, like when Alex Lifeson did it, I can't even listen to those records because it's like someone took Alex Lifeson's soul and ripped it. It's just the second somebody picks one of those up. Listen, I don't like Ted Nugent. He's a dum-dum and he's a moron. But he's a great guitar player, and he had a certain kind of modicum of cool back in the day. Now, he always plays these Gibson Birdlands, and he's got a tone. And then he switched to those PRS guitars, and all of a sudden, it just sounded so pussy. Yeah, I don't love them. I don't love them. They're murky and weird. Eminem Madness. Check out the Paddle Pop line. Paddle Pop is an Aussie ice cream. Don't know about that. The line looks just like Chad Kroger when he had the mullet. Eminem Madness. The PRS scale is halfway between a Fender and a Gibson. Is that true? The radius is different. I had an SE I don't know how long I had, a couple of months in the 90s. And I was like, oh, those, because everybody said they never go out of tune. And it was pretty. And it looked like a coffee table and it sounded like one too. Tilly, Tilly, Tilly. Puppy likes her belly rub. She sure does. Look at the tail wagging. I know, the cutest. So can you tell everybody how you do that? Because, oh my God, how great would that be if the videos were just in the emails? Anyway, Vinyl Rock and Roll Hour on 45, says Brad Crozier. Agreed. Lovely collection, Ray Ray. Yeah, we love it. Gorgeous Rolly. Yeah, Rolly's sick. Cheers, Andy. Sea Dweller Rolex class. It's beautiful. That's a beautiful watch. Outrageous Seiko Paradiso. Beautiful. It's the new All Seiko Shorelander. Shorelander. The Sky Dweller, the Land Dweller. Yeah, what's next? They have the Sea Dweller. What's next? Space Dweller. Space Dweller. Gmail email connects to the Google Cloud. Oh, is that what it is? So if you use Gmail, okay, there you go. That's the answer. Jack rocks. We love Jack. Who likes to play blackjack? I know, he's beautiful. Thanks, guys. 'Tis the show. thanks so much for joining me on this Thursday. I knew we'd have fun. Thanks to Mayor Mondomny for making the cats, Bodega cats, have a home and safety for the rest of their lives. We appreciate their service, and we mostly appreciate going and being greeted. I love my local Bodega cats. They're part of my world since I don't have a kitty of my own anymore, and I'm grateful for it. Thanks to all of you beautiful people. You beautiful people. Thanks for showing up on a Thursday. Thank you so much, Robin's bird, beautiful fly, Robin fly. All the ladies of the bash, we're so grateful to have you here. I'll be back tomorrow night at 6:05 with the big guy. He joins me half an hour later. Yeah, so whatever you guys want to do tomorrow for the first half hour, send me an email, basherdirk@gmail.com. That is basherdirk@gmail.com. Tell me what you want to do for the first half hour. You want to do a music thing? You want to stump the Dirk? You want to show pictures of your cockatoo? I don't care. Whatever you want to do. It's your show. I just host it. I'm just the guy with the microphone. That's all I am. Thanks to everybody who cares, and thanks to all the members and the patrons. Oh, let me put that up on the screen right now. And I'm going to get a list together for all of the new members and all that stuff. And I'm gonna work on making that a special place. And I'm not going to alienate the regular bashers. Don't feel obligated in any way. And everybody's like and subscribe. Yeah, please like and subscribe because that's free. But that's not. So if you can, amazing. If you can't, it's not a big deal. It's not a grift. But if you do, I'm going to try to figure out it's the only thing that's going to happen with the memberships is you're going to have to watch Friday Night Live, or it's going to become members only right after it goes down. And that's because YouTube told me that the content of the show, which also means we can show more stuff. Like we can show clips and things like that. I don't know about Melania's boobs or any of that stuff, but there's more content if it's not public anymore, if it's for members only. It's certain things you can do, and that seems to be what's kind of been clogging up the works here, supposedly. I don't really know. Anyway, guys, hold the door open. Remember to say please and thank you, and remember, if you encounter somebody who's unkind, give them the benefit of the doubt. Life gets really shitty, man. You have no idea. Give them enough rope to hang themselves, because they're either the greatest person in the world or they're what? They're a cunt.